What's going on, guys? I'm Built, and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock Redstone tutorial video. In this video today, I'm going to be showing you how to make this very small, compact, and easy to build sugarcane and bamboo farm. And as an added plus, it will also do the glow lichen and also twisting vines. However, due to bugs, you are not going to get the best return rate on the glow lichen and the twisting vines. However, this farm will produce them. With that being said, this farm is primarily designed for sugarcane and bamboo. Sugarcane, you can look to get about 18,000 sugarcane per hour if you're AFKing at this, and you could expect about 9,000 bamboo per hour if you're AFKing at this as well. Just make sure that you have plenty of bone meal in order to hit those rates. If you're familiar with my channel, then you know that I build some pretty crazy big off the wall farms. However, not everybody wants crazy off the wall farms. Sometimes you just want a little farm that'll fit in the corner of your base. With that being said, I'm going to start building and uploading some smaller farms as well, such as these. And if you're into that kind of thing, then don't forget to subscribe. That way you don't miss any of those upcoming videos. If you end up liking the video, please hit that like button as well, as it really does help out the channel. Enough jibber jabber, let's get into building this thing. So if you look in front of me, we have two farms that look very similar. However, the one on the right does have a added feature that the one on the left does not have. This one will continue to harvest sugarcane on its own whenever the switch is turned off. So if we go ahead and turn the random tick speed all the way up to 4,000, you can see the sugarcane will start growing, and whenever it grows up, it's going to harvest it on its own. So whenever this thing is loaded with you in the area, it will continually be filling up the chest down below with sugarcane. And then whenever you need a lot of sugarcane, you can come over here and turn the farm on. Then it will start consuming bone meal, and you'll be able to get lots and lots of sugarcane very quickly. Whenever you are done, you can turn off the lever. This trapdoor will open, and then you can access all of your stuff right down here. If you manage to fall down inside of the hole, this trapdoor here not only holds in the hopper minecart, but you can also flip that up in order to climb back up out of here, and it's ready to go again. This one over here is the exact same farm. However, it does not harvest itself. This will only harvest sugarcane whenever you have this turned on, and you will get the rates that is expected as long as you have bone meal in here. And on either one of these, if you need any expansion, you could go ahead and place a hopper in here and a double chest up here, and that should hold plenty of bone meal for long AFK sessions. In this tutorial, I'll be building the one on the left first, and then after the one on the left is built, I'm just going to make the additions to add this on here. So this tutorial is going to show you how to build whichever one of these that you need to build. In order to use this farm, all you do is remove this block here and place whichever one of these that you want to place in. If you want bamboo, you could go ahead, place that in, turn it on, and it will start harvesting bamboo. If you want to use the twisted vines, you can go ahead and remove the bamboo here and then place in the twisted vines in its place and turn it on, and it will begin to harvest the twisted vines as well. And if you want the glow lichen, you can go ahead, remove those twisted vines and place in the glow lichen. Now the glow lichen, you are going to need shears in order to harvest that. So go ahead and grab you some shears, turn it on, and you're going to wait until this glow lichen extends out onto this wood block. And then whenever it extends out to this block here, you could just sit here and hold down your mining button, and you'll be able to harvest all of the glow lichen that you need. All right, so let's jump into the tutorial. Everything that you're going to need in order to build this thing is going to be inside of the description below. Just like any other redstone contraption, I would highly recommend chunk aligning this thing. That way you don't run into any reliability issues. If you need help chunk aligning, then you could check out the card that I'll put in the top right now. It shows you how to chunk align using the leaf method, and it's only 1 minute long, so it's very quick and very easy to do. In order to build this thing, you're going to mark out a area that is 3 blocks wide by 6 blocks deep. And if you plan on building the self-harvesting part of it, then you're going to want to mark out these 2 additional blocks here on the left hand side. First thing that you're going to do is grab your chest and your hoppers. So what you want to do is go to these 2 center blocks here and remove this block here and this block here. Go to the right hand side and place down 2 chests side by side, making a double chest. Then go to the right and remove this block here and this block here. Then you're going to go to the block directly above it and remove this block here, here, and here. Next, you can go ahead and grab 1 hopper and place into the side of this chest here. Then you're going to go to the back of the chest here and place in a hopper here. Make sure that both of these are facing into the chest. On this hopper here that's facing into the back of the chest, you're going to place 2 additional hoppers going into the hopper that you just placed down. Next, you're going to take 1 last hopper and you're going to crouch place a hopper facing into this one here. So you should have these flowing this way into the chest, and you should have this single one going into the side of the chest here. This configuration here allows us to harvest the items at double the hopper speed. Next, you want to go ahead and grab you some solid blocks that redstone can pass through and place down a solid block here. Skip this block and place down a solid block here, here, and here. You're going to place down an additional solid block here, and you're going to place down a temporary block right here. This temporary block will be removed here shortly. Next, you can take your glass and place your piece of glass right here. Grab your button and place your button right here. So it should look just like that. Next, you're going to go ahead and grab your rail and also your hopper minecarts. And you're going to place down your rail right here and then place down a hopper minecart on top of it. Go ahead and give that a push and shove it all the way into the corner where it covers up that button fully. It should be fully up against that block. Next, you can go ahead and place down another hopper minecart there. Go ahead and dig down by 2 carefully. Be sure not to nudge the hopper minecarts out of position. Go ahead and jump down here and you'll be able to select the hitbox on this rail. Go ahead and remove that rail. Then you can go ahead and fill this back in. If this hopper minecart tries to turn, do not try to turn it or reposition it. That is totally fine. Go ahead and take your solid blocks and you're going to place in 4 solid blocks right here. So it should look just like that. Next, you want to go ahead and grab your trapdoors. And you're going to grab your trapdoor, jump down here, remove this temporary block, and place in your trapdoor on the very top of this block here. That way it folds down whenever it folds. This trapdoor will bend out of the way in order for you to check your items. It will also hold in the hopper minecart, and if you happen to fall down into the hole by accident, you'll be able to open it up and jump your way out of that hole. Next, you're going to want to grab your solid blocks. You're going to want to grab your redstone dust and also your redstone repeaters. Start by grabbing your solid blocks and place down a solid block right here. Go on top of this piece of glass and place down redstone dust. Place a repeater here set to a 1 tick delay, a solid block here, a repeater coming out of here on the right hand side. Leave this on a 1 tick delay as well. Then you're going to place a solid block here, 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 and here. So it should look just like that. Next, what you want to do is you want to grab your piece of sand. You're going to want to grab your piece of wood, and you're also going to want to grab your water bucket as well, and also some temporary blocks. You can start by going to this hopper minecart that is closest to the chest here. You're going to take your piece of wood and place your piece of wood right there. Then you're going to place down your piece of sand directly over top of that other hopper minecart. It's not going to fall down there because that button is supporting it because of, well, Minecraft. Next, we're going to flood this repeater, but before we do, we need to place a block here so the water does not leak out. So place a temporary block, a permanent block, remove that temporary block. And now we have a nice little hole that we can go ahead and crouch place some water in. That's going to go ahead and flood that repeater, and that's going to allow sugarcane to grow on this sand block. Next, we're going to want to go ahead and grab our redstone switch. We are going to want our solid blocks. We are going to want our dispenser. And we are also going to want our redstone repeaters. First, you're going to want to grab your solid blocks, and you're going to place a solid block directly over this piece of redstone here. On the very front side of this, you're going to place your switch to the front of there. The switch should be facing the very front of your farm. Next, you're going to go over here and you're going to grab your dispenser, and you're going to crouch place a dispenser facing in towards that piece of sand. Next, you're going to grab your redstone repeater and face a redstone repeater going into the side of that dispenser. That redstone repeater needs to be on a 2 tick delay. And then you are going to grab your solid block and crouch place a solid block to the very back of the hitbox on that repeater. It should look just like that. Next, take your solid blocks and come around here to the back. And while looking at the very back of the farm, you are going to place a temporary block here, place a permanent block to the left, a permanent block to the top, remove that temporary block, and then you're going to go to the top left and you're going to place a temporary block here, a permanent block on top, and remove that temporary block. So you should have a shape that looks like this on the very back of the farm. Next, we're going to get started making our clock design. And in order to do that, we're going to need our redstone repeaters, we're going to need our redstone dust, and we will also need our redstone torch. Start off by taking your repeater and go to the center block here that is right next to the water. You're going to place a repeater inside of this hole facing towards the left hand side if you're looking at it from the back of the farm. This is going to be powering this block, and this block should have a torch on the top just like that, which will power this block here. This block here is going to power redstone dust that's going to go down here and power this repeater. And as soon as you place these 2 pieces of redstone dust, it's going to make that clock start running. In order to make this clock stop, we're going to come around here to where this torch is, and we're going to place down a piece of redstone dust right here. This repeater is going to power this block, powering that redstone dust, which is going to turn off that torch, turning off our clock. So once that redstone dust is placed there, you can go ahead and turn that off, and it's going to stop your clock. Next, you're going to go ahead and grab your glass and your solid blocks as well. Go ahead and crouch and place down a piece of glass right here. Make sure that you are crouching, that way you don't change the setting on that redstone repeater. Then go ahead and take your solid blocks and place a solid block here and here. So it should look just like that once you're done. Next thing that you want to do is go ahead and grab your piston, and you're going to grab your regular piston and place a regular piston right here facing towards that sand. Now, as soon as you hit that lever, that should start going back and forth. and whenever you turn it off, it will stop. Next, we can go ahead and grab our solid blocks again, and we can start building this thing all the way up. And you're going to build this 2 high over top of the dispenser and bring this all the way around, all the way up here. Be careful that you're not going to hit any of the adjustments on any of the repeaters, and then bring this over just like that. Next, you can go ahead and grab your glass panes, and you're going to place a glass pane here and here. Then go ahead and bring this up 1 more and completely cover the entire roof with blocks just like that. The only thing left to do is go ahead and grab 1 more spruce trapdoor and place it right there. Then you can build this out and around, and you can modify this however you would like. If you don't want the redstone to open up that trapdoor, you can move it out 1 more block if you would like. However, I'm leaving it just like that for demonstration purposes. Now let's go ahead and give this thing a try. We're going to grab some sugarcane and some bone meal. So we'll go ahead and place in some bone meal inside of here. Place in a piece of sugarcane there, and we'll go ahead and turn that on. And as you can see, it starts harvesting, and we're getting all of this stuff down here at double hopper speed. If you do not want this thing to auto harvest, then you are completely done, and this thing is ready to go and ready to harvest. However, if you want this thing to auto harvest, then continue watching and I'll show you just how to do that. If you only wanted the first farm and you are done watching, thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave a like on your way out if you did like and enjoy the video. It does really help out the channel and help people discover my content. So let's get into building the auto harvesting part. So in order to build the auto harvesting part of this farm, you're going to need your solid blocks, your redstone dust, your redstone repeaters, redstone torches, sticky pistons, observers, and also glass. Come around here to the back side where we have this marked out with the diamond block, and we're going to want to place down 2 solid blocks, 1 permanent here and 1 temporary here. We're going to place another permanent block here, remove that temporary block. Then we're going to take our redstone repeater, face it into that block facing towards the back of the farm, and place down redstone dust here. This should be on the standard 1 tick delay, do not adjust it. Next, we're going to take our redstone torch and place a redstone torch here, place a solid block here, a temporary block here, a solid block here, remove that temporary block, and then place a piece of glass here. So it should look just like that. Next, you're going to take a redstone repeater and place a redstone repeater right here. Take your redstone dust and place redstone dust here and here. Next, we are going to remove this block here, 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 and here. You're going to go to the very top here. If you have sugarcane growing up right here, you can go ahead and knock that down. Place a temporary block here and face an observer facing straight down. The output dot should be facing directly up. Go ahead and temporarily remove this block. Remove that temporary block that you placed in there and replace this block that you broke. Next, you can take your repeaters again and place down a repeater here facing in towards that block there. The arrow should be facing towards the back of the farm, just like that. Next, you're going to place down a solid block right here that redstone could pass through. Go ahead and place a temporary block here, a temporary block here. Remove this temporary block and place a sticky piston facing this direction. Make sure that the sticky piston is facing that observer. That way it's able to move that observer whenever it needs to and pull it back whenever it needs to. Next, you can go ahead and remove this temporary block, and the circuit should look just like that whenever you get done. This is going to wrap up this farm, and if you want to test it out, you can come down here and grab you some bone meal and go ahead and manually bone meal this. And whenever you manually bone meal it, it should automatically harvest each and every time that you do it. And then whenever you turn the switch on, it should auto harvest with the bone meal and start consuming bone meal. And whenever you want it to be on auto mode, you can turn that off. That way it's saving the bone meal and it will grow at its own rate. Well guys, that's going to wrap up the tutorial. I really hope that this tutorial helped you guys out and that you guys really enjoyed watching this video. As I mentioned before, if you liked the video, please go ahead and take a couple seconds and drop me a like, as it really does help out the channel and it helps new people find my channel. If you really liked the video and you want to see more like it, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button along with the bell notification. That way you don't miss a single thing. As I mentioned before, I will be producing a ton more of these micro farms, so keep an eye on the channel if that's the type of thing that you're interested in. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.